Hello, and welcome to the Discerning Nerd. I'm your host, Will Allen, and with me as always,
Mike Bryson.
This week, we've decided, since Stranger Things has everyone talking about their 80s nostalgia boners, we're going to talk about ours.
Our massive, throbbing, raging nostalgia boners.
Yes. Although, is it really nostalgia for something that happened before we were born?
No. I was born in 88. It counts.
So was I, but we were born in the 80s, but we weren't, like, in the 80s.
No, we were feeling like the after effects. Now, if you're anything like me, though...
The first big cultural event of our lives was Pokemon.
That's pretty fair. That's a revolution, honestly. But no. Like, when I was a kid, my parents had a bunch of VHSs where they had recorded a bunch of movies off TV.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Dirty thieves in your family.
I know, right? We are pirates, the lot of us.
Also, you grew up with the versions of the 80s movies with all the really fucked up editing.
No. It was like HBO and Cinemax.
Oh.
Yeah. They recorded them off of... It wasn't like TBS where if I tried to watch Predator, he's like, this is all baloney!
I'm tired of these monkey-flying snakes on this Monday through Friday plane.
Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon.
That's kind of better.
That is not better.
Every once in a while, the censoring is better, like in Shaun of the Dead, where every time they say fuck, they make it funk.
That's amazing.
What the funk are you doing?
Now, the one I did a second ago was actually from, I watched Predator on TNT.
This is all baloney.
Yeah, Arnie at his beefiest. He's just this mountain of meat, this man muscle. And he's sitting there and he's shaking papers at one of his subordinates. And it might have been Apollo Creed. And it's the same actor, I'm pretty sure. I can't remember.
It is.
Yeah, it's just shaking his papers at him. And he's supposed to go like, this is all bullshit! Which is 100% something that Arnie would say. But yeah, they have this giant man who's supposed to be a commando. He's like a special ops. This is all baloney!
What a career that man had. Apollo Creed, the black guy from Predators, and the mentor from Happy Gilmore. That's him. That's him.
Yeah, no, that's Chubbs. The black guy from Predator, not Predators. Black guy from Predators.
I slurred his Predator.
Yeah. The black guy in Predators was Lawrence Fishburne, who fallen so far.
That's weird, though, because it's like, who's going to be the Arnold Schwarzenegger of Predators? Adrian Brody!
Adrian Brody, who I admit got kind of cut for the movie, but I have never once thought of him as, like, the man's man.
But all of them, because it's like, oh, we need another Jesse Ventura. Topher Grace.
Yeah. You wheel in Danny Trejo, who does not last long.
Danny Trejo makes everything better, though.
Yeah, no, he's like a seasoning. You just throw it on there, and it's like, yeah, we added some Trejo.
It's like, we need a scary, like, Hispanic guy, Danny Trejo. Because he looks like a murderer.
Yes. Well, I'm pretty sure he got recruited for, like, Once Upon a Time in Mexico. He got recruited from prison. Like, he, like, walked out of the gate, and they drove up in a bus, and they were just like, that guy looks like a Spanish thug.
Imagine he gets out of prison, he's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. Robert Rodriguez drives up. You, come with me. I will make you a star.
Mission accomplished.
I don't even know if he has an accent. I just assume he sounds like Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah, well, I think Guillermo del Toro also hams it up a bit.
But he is, like, actually Mexican. Isn't Robert Rodriguez from California?
I have no idea, but I know the Del Toro brothers are definitely from Mexico.
Yes.
They're straight up for real.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about those 80s movies.
And I think since we're coming off of Stranger Things, which is excellent, you should watch it. Don't let the internet overhype it or you'll be disappointed.
Just go in knowing that it's very, very good. It's not what's going to save the human race, but it is 8 episodes of well-crafted television.
And just remember, despite what you think, Netflix is not a super high-budget operation. Forgive the CGI in the last 3 episodes.
Even though it is decent.
It's good for TV, but it's not very good.
No, that's the thing. It's not
Asylum bad, but it's like...
It's not Avatar.
Doctor Who, that's about where we're at.
Oh, yeah, it's better than Doctor Who.
No, like newer Doctor, like...
Okay, I'll give you that. Because like, even back during, like...
Yeah, Tenet had some real shady.
Yeah,
But, like, if you're talking 12th Doctor CGI, that's about where we're at.
Yeah, I can live with that. Yeah, like inside a Dalek, like that.
Yes.
Yeah, all right. All right.
But I think we should first talk about the movie that Stranger Things is basically directly based on. The Goonies.
This is my favorite movie ever! Anyone that knows me knows that I'm just like this huge ball of 80s love, and I fucking love the Goonies!
How do you not like The Goonies?
I know. Who watches the Goonies and is disappointed by it?
It's the perfect 80s movie because
It's brilliant.
It's a fun romp with a good message, and everyone in it ends up being more famous.
Yes, and like all the kids are likable.
Yeah.
Like you don't hate any of the kids.
I kind of hate Mouth a little, but you're supposed to.
Yeah, exactly.
No, you do hate the asshole football player.
Well, fuck him. He's not a Goonie.
Yeah,
He doesn't
true.
count.
He's not a Goonie.
Yeah, screw that guy. In fact, he specifically thinks it's a derogatory term.
Yeah, because he calls the girl a Goonie.
Andy! You Goonie!
And I will always love that movie a little because her friend... Sorry, I'm terrible with names of characters.
I always forget her name. I know like everyone
But does she
else's-
not look exactly like that girl we know? Like, exactly.
Yeah, it's creepy. All
And
right.
then that girl looks exactly like Barb from Stranger Things.
There's got to be like a... Because she's like... The Nancy is clearly supposed... It's Andy. It's
Yeah.
And then she actually ends up with the jock dude, whatever, whose name I forget. Because he's not important, really.
I don't even... Oh, man. I'm gone. I can't remember the brother's name or the actor's name. He's, like, actually famous, too. It's bad.
Josh Brolin.
It is Josh Brolin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, that was his first movie. As well as Samwise Gamgee.
Mm-hmm. And Fell Dog.
And Fell Dog.
Might not have been her first movie, but it's the first one I remember.
Yeah. It might have been
was
his first movie, though.
Why wasn't the hamster in that movie? Had they not formed the frickin' Wonder Twins
They
yet?
hadn't yet. Yeah. They weren't together yet. I adore that movie because they even somehow work in the mob. Like, it's completely unrealistic.
I don't know. I know lots of mobsters who have giant, malformed, retarded brothers.
No. For a second though. Basically, you have the mother who is like a smoker voice, like Ashkenazi Jew.
Man,
What are you doing?
you know who they wanted for that role and couldn't get. The chick from Misery.
Oh my god! Ugh. Ah.
That's who they wanted.
God, Kathy Bates would have been. Ever since.
Oh God, Kathy Bates doing some of those scenes.
Ever since About Schmidt, I can't handle thinking about Kathy Bates because I just think about her soft, shitty body. It's just.
No, it's okay. Just think about Chunk's soft, shitty body instead.
Sloth love Chunk.
Chunk loves sloth. Can you imagine?
I love you too, buddy.
Can you imagine being Chunk's parents and finding out that they are obligated to adopt a 20-something hulking retarded man now?
Yeah, like, you're gonna live with me.
I just wanted them a panning shot to his dad, just like, what?
Whoa. Yeah.
He's got to eat like 8 meals a day, bud.
You see.
We'll feed it, baby Ruth.
You saw the plate of food like Francis brings them.
Yeah.
It's piled high. It looks like honestly, that's the plate you get at a Korean barbecue. Like you don't you got to go to like a Japanese restaurant, like a hibachi restaurant. They just pile this shit on top of each other, reaching for the skies. That's the plate he gives them. Except it's just like whole potatoes and a head of cabbage,
Which is rude because Sloth's teeth are fucked up. How is he supposed to eat that?
he just gums the hell out of it, man.
Yes. I always wanted them to do a sequel that, what would it be now, 30 years later?
Oh no.
And they bring out their secret weapon and it's just him, but he's like decrepit. And, hey, you guys.
Oh.
That'd be a weird fucking movie now, like 30 years later.
You know there is a Goonie sequel.
What, the Japanese video game?
It was released in America.
It what?
The Goonies 2.
God.
Apparently it's not bad, but it's a video game sequel to a movie. But no, I adore the Goonies just because it is everything that could be right. And I personally, believe
the first movie to have a monosyllabic hulking man beast scream about Superman and touch everybody's hearts. Sloth and Vin Diesel. That's where.
Yeah. I have to say that I actually I can't watch The Iron Giant if I'm feeling too emotional. If I'm feeling vulnerable, it just makes me cry.
Even knowing the robot comes back at the end, it's
like it just
sad.
you just have to sit there and grit your teeth and do the Viking tear. Where like you just frown and then one salty
and then Vin
tear rolls
Diesel,
down your cheek.
that son of a bitch, he did it again with Groot.
You bastard!
Vin Diesel, stop being really good at putting too much emotion into one word.
Yeah.
Superman.
And then the tears come. But nah, the Goonies I really think it captures everything about being a kid. And then obviously it's all the campy, kitschy bullshit in the movie too.
And it can only happen in the 80s because it was pre-cell phones. It was like people caring what the fuck their children were doing.
Yeah, it was pre-safety concerns in the 90s.
And it was like giving kids toys that are way too dangerous because everything the freaking Asian kid made, he could have gotten out of a science kit from the 80s.
Yeah, and it was all horrendously dangerous. It was all completely not okay.
And I know that's not the same actor as Short Round, but they have the same accent.
Are you sure? I think
not.
It is.
It's not.
How is that not him?
It's not the same guy. But they have the exact same accent. It's identical.
I swear to God, it gotta be the same kid. From Temple of Doom, right?
Yes, but I know that there can't be that many lisping Asian children from the 80s, but there's at least two.
There's no fucking way.
It is a different person. I checked.
I lived my life as a lie.
I checked. I stand with my pitches of power.
Oh, God. And the way he says that, it sounds like he's saying pimps of hell.
Yeah.
But he's not saying pimps of hell. He's saying pincers of power. But he just can't. He can't say it.
I wish novelty biting teeth had that kind of grip strength in real life.
Yes. But, like, that movie. If I were king of the world, if I were president of Earth, I would make it a law that every single human, once a year, must view the Goonies. We all have to watch it once a year.
We need to attach it to a holiday, because America has trained me to watch It's a Wonderful Life once a year. And to watch Hocus Pocus once a year.
Of course. Necessary.
And to watch Die Hard once a year.
It's the greatest Christmas movie ever made.
And to watch Independence Day once a year.
I watch it on President's Day just to goof with people.
Well, yeah, but you still watch it once a year on a holiday.
But what observed holiday fits the spirit of the Goonies?
International Women's Day. That's right. You're going to tell me the Goonies isn't a feminist masterpiece?
I'm going to definitely tell you exactly that.
Well, you're wrong. Because let's be real. Without the two girls, all those kids would have died.
Fair. Well, it's because Andy was the only one.
Okay, let's be fair. Without Andy, they all would have died.
Just Andy.
Nancy's useless. Or not Nancy, whatever her name is.
Barb.
Barb is useless.
Is her name? Her name actually might be Barb.
I don't remember. All I know
or some shit like
is she complains about everything, and then she kisses Corey Feldman, which is creepy because he's like 12.
Yes. While we're talking about the Fell Dog, let's talk about Lost Boys, where the hamster pulls it with him. Lost Boys, 1987's best kept secret.
I watched that on a date when I was in college for the first time.
Were they playing it at the college theater?
No, we rented it.
Oh, yes! That's even better! You went to a video store, like in the goddamn 80s.
Yes, because she's like, no, we gotta watch this movie. And I was like, okay, I fucking hate vampires because this was post-Twilight. But
this is back when vampires were still awesome. Because Kiefer goddamn Sutherland steals the show.
Whoo, man.
It's so unapologetically 80s. It's utterly brilliant. And they have the opening credits to the movie are done to People Are Strange, but it's not the original version.
Yeah.
It's like Echo and the Bunnymen or some shit like that. It's not actually Echo and the Bunnymen. They're a relatively new band. But you know what I mean, right? Like everybody knows what I mean when I say that.
Yes.
It's just damn it. But
I love 24 completely changed everyone's perception of Kiefer Sutherland. Because until that show came out, he was basically just, look at this campy goofball.
Yeah, he was look at this blonde kid being tough, sort of. Because he did the same. Stand By Me was the same guy.
Yeah, he's the bully, and it's like...
He's the rebel.
He's a saint. No, not really.
But no.
Sorry, for some reason there was like 1,000 Green Day songs on the radio today.
It's that you're just channeling Billy Joe.
Yes.
Which, by the way, if you ever just want to piss people off, apparently Green Day fans are like the most diehard music fans on the planet, and they have their own forums everywhere, and you can just shit on Green Day for fun. But
it's not hard. Everything after American Idiot is trash.
Yeah, and a couple of them before that. Anyone else?
And half of American Idiot.
Yeah, anyone else remember the album Warning, where they went real folky with it? No?
Yeah. Dude, I seriously, I only own like 2 Green Day CDs. I have American Idiot, and I have... Dookie.
Yeah.
That's it.
Nimrod's still good.
I don't have Nimrod, but it's good.
I got Nimrod.
Their new single's pretty good. I don't know the name of it, though. It's more 90s Green Day than 2000s Green Day.
But if you don't know...
I assume Billy Joe is happy again.
If you don't know, Lost Boys is about a bunch of teenage misfits that also happen to be...
in monsters!
Yeah! But, and another group of teenage misfits that happen to be actual vampires. And hijinks ensue!
It's really weird to describe that movie because the premise is two groups of teenagers spend a movie trying to kill each other.
Yeah, that's, I mean, it's like a better way to represent teenagers killing one another than Battle Royale, personally.
Also, no one will ever be able to convince me Kiefer Sutherland wasn't cosplaying as the Kurgan during that movie.
He's just got metal hanging off of him, doesn't he?
Safety pin stuck through his ears. It's, like... it's weird, man.
Oh, god damn you, Kiefer Sutherland.
I liked the 80s. They brought back campiness.
But, the Coreys, though, Feldog and Hamster, they play a couple of monster hunters.
They're the weird science guys, but they're not the main characters.
Yeah, they're not the main characters.
The main characters is that other kid.
Yeah, who looks kind of like Ralph Macchio, but I don't think is actually Ralph Macchio, I think he's famous.
I think that's just because Ralph Macchio manages to be the most generic man in the world. Yeah. He looks like everybody else, and everybody looks like him.
I actually own this movie, so I'm going to find out if that's even like an actor that we know.
I don't think it is. I think that's one of those, he had like 2 movies and then he went away.
Yeah. This was directed by Joel Schumacher.
You couldn't tell? Really?
I'm just saying, like, that doesn't remind you career?
That doesn't remind you a little of Batman Forever? just a little.
Like that, it makes more sense now. Like it's put somewhere. Like I get it. You know, no, I don't. Pretty much, I recognize Kiefer Sutherland and the Coreys. That's it.
Who else do you need?
Yeah. This is produced by Richard Donner, also.
Oh my god!
Apparently they spent money on this movie. I love it.
Shame that didn't go better for him financially.
I legitimately love this movie. I've been watching it since I was far too young to watch a movie like this, because there is clearly a softcore vampire sex scene.
There's titties.
Yeah. But then again, I watched heavy metal. Speaking of which, I will be talking about that.
Later.
But later.
Because if we're talking about movies with people who weren't famous when they made them but are super famous now, I want to talk about Real Genius for a sec.
Yes!
It took me so long to find a freaking DVD copy of that movie. Because the DVD is out of print. It was pressed in like 2004, and they never made any more of them.
And the bad guy is the same dude that plays the bad guy in Ghostbusters. And that actor literally only ever plays bureaucratic pricks. Like, that's it. It's his job.
And he's not the main character, but he's the guy on the cover of the DVD is Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer!
Doing a comic, like a broad 80s college comedy.
And it's amazing.
It's awesome.
Because it stars geniuses. It stars nerds, but it's not weird science.
And it's set at Caltech, but not Caltech, because they couldn't call it Caltech.
But it's Caltech.
But it's Caltech.
Like, we all know. Like, it's deep in the grips of Silicon Valley.
They had people who went to Caltech, like, advising them on how to make the movie, and they were throwing in references to Caltech.
I just realized, I just said Silicon Valley instead of Silicon Valley.
Silicon Valley is different.
It is different. It just occurred to me.
That's where Asa Akira lives.
Yes, we don't want to... Yeah, Silicon Valley. That is I'm not stupid.
Steve Jobs would have been a different man if he came from Silicon Valley.
He wouldn't have been a man.
We don't know.
That's pretty fair.
We don't know what Steve Jobs was like in private. Well, actually, we do. He was a dude.
Real Genius is absolutely amazing because this is a movie. I'm going to do a quick summary of the plot right quick for this one. Val Kilmer and his buddy Forgettable Mick,
who is actually the main character of the movie.
Who's actually the main character.
He's a teen genius. He's 15 and he's in college.
Yeah, they are at a college where Val Kilmer's character is working on an incredibly powerful laser that his professor is trying to sell to the military as a weapon.
And they don't know about it, and they got to stop him.
They got to stop him.
But it's like every 80s ridiculous nerd stereotype ever. And I think they invented one with the girl, like the hyperactive girl.
Oh, yeah, the spunky smart chick?
The one who commits statutory rape halfway through the movie? Yeah. We're supposed to ignore that.
The 80s were a different time.
I love that movie because it has one of those classic 80s misunderstanding about how anything works. Lasers don't do that.
Wait, the popcorn?
No! Mythbusters proved lasers do that.
I'm pretty sure lasers can do that.
I meant most of the rest of what the lasers do in that movie. Like when they shoot it through the wall.
Oh, yeah. No.
Lasers don't do that. Lasers do pop popcorn. Mythbusters proved that.
Yeah, they can generate apparently enough heat to pop popcorn.
And apparently that radio wave through his braces thing, also possible.
That is amazing.
Terrifying.
Which, by the way, they convince a stuffy Christian boy that God is talking to him and nearly get him killed.
Yep. That's not their fault, though. They said, don't go to the house, and then he went to the house.
That's fair. But yeah, that one bad guy, he just always plays a douche.
He's Walter Peck. It doesn't matter what movie.
He's Walter Peck.
He's Walter Peck!
He's from the EPA. Which does not have the authority to just shut down functioning businesses.
I wish Real Genius hadn't come out before Ghostbusters, I'm pretty sure. Because I feel like they should have had Val Kilmer go, it's true, this man has no dick.
That would have killed! I want to rewind it for just a sec. And since we were talking about the Coreys, it reminded me of a movie that is like the best goddamn movie on the planet. And it's not, because I apply that to so many movies, and all of them were
every movie is the best movie.
If it was made in the 80s, damn it, Monster Squad.
Oh, Jesus.
I fucking love this movie. It was up on Netflix like a couple months ago, which, if you don't know, like, it's a movie that's supposed to be set around Halloween, or you should watch around Halloween because it's got Frankenstein's monster.
Hey, Monster Squad answered the greatest mystery of all the Universal horror films.
Wolfman's got nards. We needed to know that.
We did.
But yeah, it's clearly supposed to be like a Halloween-themed movie and everything, but I watched it in like July. Because I love this movie! If you don't know, once again, I'll give you a short little primer on this one. I didn't do this for the Goonies because, god damn it, you've all seen the Goonies, and if you haven't, you should be ashamed of yourself. But Monster Squad is about a group of ragtag misfits.
Sensing a theme?
A group of ragtag misfits who they have a club called the Monster Squad, where they just know about monsters. How to kill a werewolf with a silver bullet. How to kill a vampire. Stake him in the heart, cut off his head, stuff it full of garlic. Or wolfsbane.
How to kill a Frankenstein. Fire.
Yeah. Fire! Phil Hartman. He will be missed.
You got your cigar? That's not from the 80s.
But I love that
Young
movie.
Frankenstein is a trip.
But basically, Dracula shows back up after being gone for a while and has to find a powerful amulet, and he enlists the help of Frankenstein's monster, the creature from the Black Lagoon, some hot bitch vampires, and the mummy. The mummy.
Also, while we're on it, I'm going after the pedantic internet nerds. Frankenstein's monster is still named Frankenstein.
Technically,
His name is Adam Frankenstein.
so it's okay.
It's
to call
okay
him
to call the
Frankenstein.
monster Frankenstein. And even if it wasn't, everyone's going to call him Frankenstein because he's from a movie called fucking Frankenstein, and he's on the cover.
He's the feature.
He is Frankenstein. Stop being like, actually, that's the monster.
They're both Frankenstein.
They're both Frankenstein.
It's just this guy's Victor, this guy's Adam. Quit being a tit.
And if you only see the monster, that implies maybe there is no Victor. He just gets to be Frankenstein.
Yeah, so stop it. So in this movie, goddammit,
He's Frankenstein.
he's Frankenstein! And he looks great.
He does.
But yes, it's a brilliant film. And there's literally, it's so steeped in glorious 80s bullshit that there's a fat kid they literally just call Fat Kid. They just call him that. His name is Horace. If you're a fan of the movie, you will laugh right now that I just said that. But he just is called Fat Kid. Like, there's a scene where, like, these two jocks that always bully him, right, are being chased by the creature from the Black Lagoon. And they call him Fat Kid in the middle of this crisis, implying they have no idea what his real name is. It's like, come on, Fat Kid! Hey, Fat Kid! Like, dude, this is upsetting. And the worst part, he's not even that fat. He's mildly chunky at best. He's not as fat as Chunk.
I would say it's like the 80s where if you weren't, like, skinny as shit, you were fat. There was no, like, degrees. Dad bod wasn't a thing yet. You were either fat or not fat.
If you weren't Anthony Michael Hall,
you were fat.
You were fat.
Yes. Remember, they called Robert Downey Jr. fat in some of those movies.
Oh my god.
And, I mean, he's looked the same since he was 20, so...
Yeah, probably since he was 16. I mean, did you see 16-year-old Robert Downey Jr.?
It's basically the same as 40-year-old Robert Downey Jr.
I'm thinking another one that I always love, because I've talked about it before, I think, I've mentioned it, but I absolutely adore Blade Runner, and I love Aliens. Those two are like the greatest science fiction movies ever made, period. I think Blade Runner is the greatest science fiction movie ever made.
Someday I'll watch it.
Are you kidding?
I can't decide which version to watch.
Director's cut.
Which director's cut?
Just the direct...
There are two.
This one. You watch this one.
Okay.
This is... You're taking this with you.
No, I'm fine.
Okay. I'm just saying.
I can source my own, thank you.
It's... Technically, this one's the final cut.
To get the final cut.
Well, it does...
Because the director's cut is different from the final cut.
Final cut includes just, like, a couple extra scenes that aren't really that important, but the difference between the director's cut and the theatrical release... It's astronomical. Like there's a lot of shit cut out and a lot of stuff put back in. Which actually, I'm going to bring that up.
Although I am familiar enough with the lore of Blade Runner.
Because it's so goddamn good! Well, it's probably because you know me and I don't stop talking.
And I go on the internet.
Yeah.
The classic debate, is Deckard a replicant? No, he's not.
It's not. It's kind
Ridley Scott has straight up said that in interviews.
Yeah. Of course, like, they imply it, and I kind of wish...
Well, they imply it, but if he is a replicant, the entire purpose of the movie has been taken out.
Yeah.
Because it's like, what a great twist if he's a replicant. Yes, but then the moral of the story has been excised so you could have a plot twist.
Yes, which is not worth it.
Yeah.
You know, this is actually kind of a thing. If anyone out there remembers the movie Legend, it's another one from the 80s. It's absolutely brilliant.
Tim Curry as the devil.
His name is Darkness, but he's clearly the most Satan-y Satan that ever did Satan.
It's like the people who are, like, Fantasia doesn't have the devil. It's Chernabog. It's the devil. It is the devil.
It's the goddamn devil.
Big wings, pointy horns. He's defeated by a choir of angels.
Yes, and he can summon demons.
He's the devil.
He's the devil. Don't be a dick about it. It's fine. It's like when you call him Mephistopheles or Belial. It's the devil.
Or Beelzebub.
Yes, Beelzebub.
I don't know. My version, like, of the devil is all of those are just other people who keep, like, pretending they're him, and he hates them all a lot because they keep fucking things up, and everyone thinks the devil did it.
Yeah, and he's like, no, that was Beelzebub. He's
You tricked Faust. That was Mephistopheles. I hate that guy.
Yeah, he's only like level 7. You don't even.
It's like freaking Abbott and Costello. Hey, Lucifer! I hate that guy.
I hate that. If you didn't know, there's actually a thing. For some reason that we will not understand, Legend was originally released, or at least it was going to be released, with an original orchestral score that is phenomenal. It's really good. Then they thought it might be unpalatable as this, like, sprawling, sugar-coated fantasy epic that's, like, 50% glitter.
It came out after Star Wars. Why would they make that decision?
Just trust me on this one. They replaced the entire soundtrack with songs by Yes. Now,
that's weird.
It's weird, and it's not as good. It's still good. But please, if you're going to go back and watch Legend now, and god damn it, you had better, please find the edition that puts back in the original soundtrack, because there's the falling action of the movie where the climaxes happen and it's the resolution of the plot and all these good turns are happening. There's this super fucking 80s Yes song. The guys should just falsetto just, be good for goodness sake! And I just can't do it.
That'd be like going back.
I can't do it.
That'd be like back in '77. George Lucas is like, well, John, we appreciate all of the scoring you did. I think it's wonderful. But the studios decided we're going to score the whole movie with Ozzy Osbourne songs.
I think it would have been better if it was ABBA.
You're all clear, kid. Let's blow this thing and go home. Mamma mia. Here we go.
No, it's just, I got a few tricks up my sleeve. There was something in the air that night. The stars were bright. Fernando.
Let's look up. Who's Fernando? I don't know. Let's go.
God damn it. Yeah,
they don't do that enough in movies.
Interact
with the soundtrack.
Or just turn it off. I want them to do that. Just like there's a tense moment. There's a really, like, a song with pure juxtaposition.
Thank you. I'm trying to concentrate.
Yeah, he's like, I couldn't hear the radio and people coming in. God. Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
I guess we just summoned him. Beetlejuice. He's back.
I'm glad they never made the in-development sequel to Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian.
When was...
I don't know, but Kevin Smith has a story where he was once offered that as a script to write. They were going to do it, and they were going to have Kevin Smith write it. I like Kevin Smith. I don't really want to see his version of Tropical Beetlejuice.
I don't want to see anyone's version of Tropical Beetlejuice.
I just don't want to see more Beetlejuice. I think the one movie was good enough. Although I guess they're making a fucking sequel, so...
Oh, yeah. Let me guess. Michael Keaton returning?
Of course.
Does anybody else think that the nostalgia boners might be getting a little too
I'm pretty sure Winona Ryder's coming back for it, too.
Oh, man. It'd be great if she didn't. That would really help me out. I'm sorry to anybody out there.
Honestly, what they need to do is have it be about Lydia's child, and then she's in the movie for like 10 minutes.
And she needs to be played by Chloe Grace Moretz.
I get behind that.
Yeah. She would nail that shit.
Is she old enough to get hit on by Beetlejuice?
Totally. She is now. She's legal now.
Good.
She's good now, yeah.
Good.
Right? I think she was legal by Dark Shadows, which will always remain a black stain on anyone's career that was near that movie.
What year did Kick-Ass come out?
I have no idea.
Because she was 11 when that came out.
Was she?
Yeah.
Oh, she might not be. Well, in that case, no. How old was Winona Ryder when she made Beetlejuice?
Like 16. Like, it was okay in the 80s.
Oh, it was one of those things
it
again.
It was acceptable in the 80s.
Is that a real song?
Yes, it is.
By who?
I don't know. I only know it because it's the theme song to OSW reviews.
But I legitimately love Beetlejuice. It's another one that I've seen so many times, just like an outrageous number of times.
I just have this weird thing in my mind, and it's not either movie's fault, but whenever I start thinking about Beetlejuice, I'll be imagining Beetlejuice, but he's saying the catchphrases from The Mask. I have no idea why. Just in my
That doesn't
mind,
make any sense.
in my mind, the first time Beetlejuice pops out of his grave, he goes, "Smoke it!"
They're very similar characters.
I think it's because the voices are really similar.
Yeah. And it's very... I mean, they're like the same guy.
They both have Cuban dance breaks.
Oh my god! I never put that together! That's utterly brilliant! They do! But, I mean, Beetlejuice is the only reason I know anything about Harry Belafonte.
That's true. I would have never known any of those.
I know all
any
the
of
lyrics.
either of those two songs.
Now, the next movie, okay, it is not a good movie.
Let's be super real. Most of these movies we've been talking about are good, but they're flawed. Which is basically the 80s in a sentence.
Yes.
Good but flawed.
Good but flawed. Because, like, the Berlin Wall fell.
Culture in the 80s was very high. President Reagan.
The Last Starfighter.
Woo!
Now, I love this movie. I mean, I love it.
You know what I think of when I think epic space adventures? Is Pee Wee Herman.
Shoot the thing! Ah!
He's doing the Pee Wee Herman voice.
Okay, I'm sorry that,
Although I guess lots
Gave
of
me
people
cancer.
from Pee Wee's Playhouse ended up being in sci-fi movies. Because he did that. Cowboy Curtis was in The Matrix.
oh my god! Who played Zombie the Genie?
I have no idea.
He must have been in something at some point.
Couchy was on The Big Comfy Couch, and that was obviously a nightmarish fever dream of a dying child.
No, that's St. Elsewhere.
St. Elsewhere doesn't have a creepy, perky, supposedly prepubescent clown being played by a 30-year-old actress, though.
Yeah, that's a creepy show. I remember that one. That probably led to some of my weird fetishes.
That happened right when I was done watching children's programming, and was probably for the best.
Yeah, like I took one. I was like, "Big comfy couch." I will gladly
switch
start watching Thundercats.
I will upgrade to Power Rangers.
Yeah, I got this. We're good. Along the same lines as the last, which if you don't know, the story for The Last Starfighter is that a kid is really, really, really good at an arcade game, and it turns out the arcade game is actually a simulation used to identify people who would be good as pilots in a war that's going on an intergalactic scale. It's not...
You may recognize
Great.
that as the plot twist from Ender's Game.
Yeah. But it's such campy goodness, and it's one of those movies that I'll put on so I can take a nap, because a lot of it's real boring. But I like it just because, like, that was the first, like, piece of media we got that anybody gave a shit about that had that, because that's shown up and been parodied so often now. Where, like, what cartoon hasn't done an episode, like, not a serial cartoon, but just like a gag-a-day cartoon, that hasn't done one where a video game was used, like, to recruit people?
Well, hell, the guy, Ernest Cline, the guy who wrote Ready Player One, the next book he wrote, called Armada, is just The Last Starfighter.
Well, dude, I have the animated series Clerks. There's an episode where they spoof it there, but...
But that's the Clerks animated series. They spent all of the show spoofing everything.
Exactly, and it doesn't get the attention it deserves. Damn it.
Although we are going to let you know, due to budget constraints, the rest of this podcast will be animated by a Korean animation studio. Oh my god, Bear's driving!
Oh, God, I remember that episode.
Bear's driving! How could that be? Oh! You remember that episode. There are only 6 episodes.
I haven't watched it in a few years because it just stays on my shelf.
I finally bought it because I watched it a long time ago. I finally added it to my collection. I'm trying to get caught up on all of the stuff Kevin Smith made, because I like Kevin Smith.
Me too.
But I'm down to I need to buy Tusk and Red State, which are really fucking hard to find.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to worry about his current, like, Tusk.
I have to admit, I'm super intrigued by
curious.
By Yoga Hosers, because it looks retarded. Like, it looks like the dumbest movie he's ever made, and this is the man who made Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
That movie is brilliant.
I love that movie, but it's a stupid movie.
Very stupid.
Although here's what I'll give anyone. Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back justifies its existence for Matt Damon and Ben Affleck filming the fake scene from Good Will Hunting 2, Hunting Season.
Yeah, no, that is probably my favorite scene of the entire movie.
If anybody who doesn't think Ben Affleck is a good actor, that scene, man.
I didn't even have a hooker today. Ha ha!
Ha ha! It's like, we got a code 1320. Jesus, Ben, not again.
I wasn't with a hooker today. I just love the ha-ha, like this obviously happens enough for him to be proud of it.
I also love him not being able to do the accent for Chucky from Good Will Hunting anymore. I don't like the sound of them apples well. What are we going to do?
I think that was fully intentional.
Oh, yeah.
You know, if anybody doesn't know, there's a movie I own because it literally just celebrates the year of my birth. I was born in '88, and I got this movie because it is every bit the example of shitty horror movies from the '80s. A lot of people don't know, they remade The Blob.
Oh, God.
It is exactly that. It is, oh, God, the whole way through. It is not good. It has no redeeming qualities. Which means, of course, that at the end of the day, it's utterly goddamn brilliant.
Well, yes.
It's so much fun. It's so much fun.
There's a reason.
Stupid.
There's a reason you and I tracked down Jesus Christ Vampire Hunter. Because you gotta know.
Yeah, there's a reason somewhere in this house I still have a copy of The Guy with Secret Kung Fu.
I found another copy of that.
Really?
I didn't
buy
buy
it. Dollar store DVD.
I didn't buy it, but I found it. You don't own the only copy in existence, like we thought.
Actually, back when they still had movies like Nymphoid Barbarian and Dinosaur Hell on Netflix, back when they still had some campy shit, they had The Guy with Secret Kung Fu, and I about shit my pants.
Early Netflix was great because they couldn't afford the licenses for anything.
So it's just a bunch of B movies and like one or two big releases,
and it was Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus.
Why don't I get that? Or okay. I know you guys can't actually respond to me, but I want anyone to know that if anyone else out there watched and enjoyed Deep Rising in the 90s, you and I are kindred spirits. Nobody will know what we're talking about except for us.
I don't know, I feel that way.
I just want to throw that out there.
I feel that way when people are talking about cartoons and they're like, what were some great cartoons from when you were a kid? It's like, oh, you know, the Pirates of Darkwater.
So good.
Nobody remembers it.
Never finished.
No, sad.
Brave Star.
Brave Star, sheriff of the planet of New Texas.
Compare.
Oh no, that's not Brave Star. Brave Star's the Native American one.
No,
it's
Brave Star.
What's the one I'm thinking of? No, I'm thinking of the Lone Ranger that's set in the future.
Oh, or the one from the 90s, Phantom 2040.
Yeah!
That show was fucking awesome. You know what? I'll say this. Campy bullshit definitely peaked in the 80s. Cartoons peaked in the 90s.
Yes.
We'll get on that one later.
Yes. I would like a return to campy movies. I'm kind of sick of every Hollywood movie either happen to be a dark tale about the twisted soul of an individual or a huge explosion action movie that ends with an ambiguous moral because nobody's allowed to be fucking happy anymore.
Yeah, you know what I want? Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah!
I want that again.
Nobody is sad at the end of Big Trouble in Little China.
Everything is marvelous.
They win. They just win. Why can't people win anymore, Hollywood?
Yeah, let them win. Sometimes it's okay to have a pure melodrama where every single person gets what they deserve.
You know why everybody really liked Guardians of the Galaxy? Because they fucking win. There's no ambiguity. They win.
and it was that actually is a great example of what they could do. That was some campy bullshit, and it was just so good. Like it was sustained me. Yes. I watched the movie. I didn't need to eat for 3 days. It was wonderful. It hit me right in my nostalgia gland.
I just miss big campy epic movies. Like,
or hell, just campy movies in general. Because I'm gonna hit another one. One of my favorite movies of all time. I've seen 1,000 fucking times. Gremlins. Gremlins.
A movie that is ostensibly a horror movie.
Doesn't contain a scary scene in it.
It's kind of scary when you shove the thing in the sync processor.
No, because then Gak comes back out.
That's okay, yeah.
And that's amazing.
And it also, any horror in the movie is undermined by the monologue about why she hates Christmas. But
no, the best part is in the sequel, Phoebe Cates plays the same character again, who then parodies herself by doing some like fake monologue about President's Day because some dude was dressed as Abe Lincoln.
Look, we all know the worst day in the 80s. Garbage Day!
Was Silent Night? Yeah. No. Is that what? I can't remember. Is that from Silent Night, Deadly Night?
I think it is.
Okay, it might be from the second one.
It is. It's from the second one.
Oh, yeah. Silent Night, Deadly Night
2. Well, it's like when horror franchises have stretched far beyond their abilities when, you get Leprechaun into Hood.
That is a brilliant piece of...
Don't even finish
that. That is a master stroke of cinema. That is a magnum opus. Snoop Dogg's in it.
But he's not there when he goes back to the Hood.
Why? Just why?
It says something that Leprechaun went into space.
Yes.
And like, where do we go from space? The Hood?
The Hood?
What's more mysterious to our viewing audience than the mysteries of the cosmos? Black people? That had to have been the decision. What's a mysterious place for the Leprechaun to menace? Where poor people live.
Let's go with Detroit.
All right. What are the other horror franchises doing? Well, Freddy's dead. Jason has gone into space. Michael Myers. They made the same movie 5 times, and everybody's sick of it.
Yes. The Hood.
And then Scream was supposed to be a parody of slasher movies, but it was such a good slasher movie, it became a real slasher movie.
Yeah. I mean,
that's impressive.
And honestly, the first Scream was it was good.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
I like it.
It's effective.
I've got to talk about heavy metal.
Okay.
It's just I can't really explain the plot because it's a series of
vignettes.
There
is no plot.
Yes, it is. There's a series of vignettes linked by a frame story. The book I, Robot is that. It has a plot.
Okay, fair enough. But by that logic, the Animatrix has a plot.
Yes. I just refuse to... It does, because I refuse to acknowledge that heavy metal doesn't. I love this movie, because the main reason is... It's, for the time at least...
You saw it when you were 8 and it has cartoon titties?
Yeah, it probably turned me into a deviant. But heavy metal is just wonderful. All it is just a monument to excess. It's just blood, gore, titties, violence, swearing. It is all that you shouldn't put on a screen in front of other humans.
Heavy metal.
And then they give it just a fucking bitchin' soundtrack with Journey, Rush, like Sammy Hagar. It's fucking awesome.
Heavy metal is basically the visual interpretation of what Chris Farley saw right before the speedball killed him.
Yes, I completely agree. Like, there's a reason that South Park episode, like, about cheesing does a whole... like, monument to heavy metal. Because this thing is an icon. If you don't know it, go watch it. Never watch the sequel, but definitely watch heavy metal. It's just so goddamn good. I also would recommend not watching it if you like to watch animated movies when you're tripping balls.
Oh, God.
Do not watch heavy metal under those circumstances. You'll be very disappointed, and you might shit out your brain.
If you watched it while you were high, it may just loop back around and be normal.
Yeah, it'd be like it'd be like watching The English Patient. You'd be like, this is boring. I don't even get why this is.
I understand.
This is what it is.
I understand. The screaming skeleton in the ship is to represent the ennui of the excess of the heavy metal culture. And
yes.
What are the tits for? I likes me some boobies.
Boobies, they are
Rad.
We almost said the same word. There's another one, the Evil Dead movies. Just all of them. We should say all of them.
I know Army of Darkness technically came out in the 90s.
Fuck it.
It's 80s as shit.
It's 80s as shit, so I'm going to say all of them. The first one was just great because of what it was, and the second one is really it's less a sequel.
The first one
and
is
more
a really good and disturbing horror movie. Like, it is. It's gross. I'm glad Sam Raimi agrees with everyone that the tree rape was too much. But
yes, but Evil Dead 2 injects, like, just the right amount of fun. And it is, in my opinion, Evil Dead 2 is the best one of the three.
It is.
It is utterly brilliant.
Because Evil Dead 2 is great, because it's a horror movie until one very specific scene where it becomes an action movie.
That would be the moment that Bruce Campbell's character, Ash, replaces his evil hand with a chainsaw.
Groovy.
That's the best part. Is literally he's working on himself, and he spills so much blood that it covers the light bulb in the shed he's working in. So it's all red light, and then he starts up the chainsaw hand and just
makes a sawed-off shotgun with it.
Oh yeah, just which is the iconic boomstick.
The boomstick.
And he says, groovy, in a voice that makes you think he just ate gravel.
Yeah.
And it's marvelous. Like, you gargle nails and then you can be Ash.
And then he fights demons.
And the stinger...
Oh, God, he goes to medieval times.
Yeah, the stinger for that movie is that he goes back to medieval times. And then the stinger for Army of Darkness, shop smart. Shop S-smart. Oh, God, just... No!
I love the stinger for Army of Darkness because no one believes him. He's telling the story, and then a fucking deadite attacks him. I'll swallow your soul. Lady, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to leave the store.
It's so brilliant. And honestly, Sam Raimi
And then he shoots it an impossible number of times.
Don't care.
Like 40 bullets come out of that rifle.
Fine with me. It works. The best part about it, honestly, is just that Sam Raimi is the best guy for writing the greatest cheesy one-liners of all time.
I know. I'm so mad that Spider-Man doesn't have really good ones.
Because... that's executive meddling, and also the fact that Tobey Maguire can't pull it off. Because that's, like, the one thing Spider-Man gets to do.
Yeah, apparently J. Michael Straczynski got called in to, like, punch up the script, and he put jokes in it, because it's Spider-Man. And the Fox said, no, take him out. We want this to be taken seriously.
It's Spider-Man!
You have a scene where Tobey Maguire tries to fight Macho Man Randy Savage. Bonesaw is ready!
Oh, God, yes. Just so good.
You see that cage? Means I got you for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of playtime. Oh, he's so roided out of his mind in that movie.
So good, though. So good.
Jesus. Perfect. Macho Man. We'll talk about shit from the 80s.
Just
Macho Man.
It's not an 80s movie, but god damn it. I'm glad we saved him for last. Just because the Macho Man Randy Savage is the single greatest thing ever.
Yeah, honestly. I didn't watch wrestling back then. If I did, it would have been to watch Macho Man.
I don't know how to explain the love I feel for another man. It's strictly platonic, but it surpasses any romantic love I've ever had. I could not love my own child someday like I love the Macho Man Randy Savage.
He was brilliant. He managed to say things that did not make sense, but you still understood.
It's like, I get it.
He cut a promo on Hulk Hogan using coffee creamer.
I'm the cream of the crop. And the cream always rises to the top. This is an insane promo where he is like a street magician producing little individual coffee creamer cups from seemingly out of nowhere, from the folds within his scant uniform. And he is just picking them out and then tossing them. And every time he does, he's like, the cream rises to the top. I'm the cream of the crop. And the best part is at one point, for no reason, he puts one on the top of his head. And then it immediately falls off. And he addresses it directly. And he says, on balance, off balance, it doesn't matter. What?
He has a promo where in the middle of the promo, he stumbles over his line and just goes, freak out! And he runs off camera. And they're like, do you have any other words, Macho Man? No more questions!
He's a brilliant man. And then he went on to hawk a Slim Jim. The thing that is it tastes the most like food while being the least amount of actual food.
Yes.
It's basically plastic and then like a hint of trimmings and I think some tobacco products.
And then he went on to be the greatest Dial M for Monkey villain ever.
Rasslor!
This tiny monkey has shown courage! I will spare your puny planet.
It's... What is it like? I could break your bones. I could crush your body. But I could never break your spirit. I spare your Earth. Because he clearly has a speech impediment.
And I'm just calling it... Deep Space Nine stole that from Dexter's lab.
Ert?
No, the... I can defeat you, but I can't beat you thing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Deep Space Nine came out after that episode of Dexter's Lab. So we'll go on that one.
And I don't feel bad about none of these things happening in the 80s because Macho Man, it became the 80s whenever Macho Man was around.
Yeah. It's just...
Like that scene from Spider-Man. That looked like it was filmed in 1984.
Strictly because the Macho Man Randy Savage was just there.
Yeah.
And that's why I love him, because he can do whatever he wants.
He's perfect.
And I would say he is.
Rest in peace, Macho.
Because somewhere, no matter what you believe in, you have to believe that if nothing else, the Macho Man Randy Savage looks over us.
And remember, everyone, there was supposed to be a rapture. But the Macho Man knew that couldn't happen. He died for your sins. He went up there and he elbow dropped Jesus to make sure the earth got to continue.
He saved your lives, every last one of them.
Praise Saint Savage, the Macho Man. Ooh, yeah!
That has to be the way you say when you say amen. Like, now we pray.
Ooh, yeah!
That's a fair place to end our
all of the hymns in his church are off of his rap album.
Oh no! Was it called like the Macho Man Gets Down?
I don't even remember. One of them is like a battle rap against Hulk Hogan.
Did Hulk Hogan ever respond?
No, but Macho Man was bad enough at rapping. I didn't want to hear Hogan try to rap back at him.
Oh God. Hulk Hogan, man, all those fucking action movies he made, where he was like action nanny, because he made 2 of them.
Well, he made
Suburban
Commando. He made Santa with Muscles.
And then there was one that was like
it's like Mr. Nanny.
Mr. Nanny. Oh God, they're all so bad.
He started so well. Thunderlips was cool. Thunderlips isn't a cool name, but it was a cool scene.
Yeah, it was a great
movie.
scene. Yeah, Jesus.
I like Rocky 3. People give that one.
Rocky 3? Rocky 3 is a good one.
Yeah.
Rocky 4 is the one that starts really going off the goddamn deep end.
Yeah, but Rocky 4 has Ivan Drago.
Yeah, no. Dolph Lundgren, amazing.
Yeah, rest of Rocky 4.
Rocky 4, shameless propaganda, and also a robot. Why do we never talk about this?
Yeah, he gives Paulie a robot. And then the robot menaces him for the rest of the movie. Like some sort of homicidal Rosie from the Jetsons.
No. Paulie becomes like a henpecked husband because of his robot. I'm just saying. That's
and
fucked.
also, they replaced Eye of the Tiger with that synth nightmare.
Which is why it's not. I think Rocky 2 was really the best one.
Yes.
But Rocky 3 is still amazing. And Rocky 4 is like a great movie if you just acknowledge that at any moment while people were directing, acting in, or watching that movie, they thought that they faced total nuclear annihilation at the hands of some Reds.
Yes.
I get it.
Rocky 5 is awful.
Rocky 5 was gone.
I haven't seen Rocky Balboa. I'll get around to it.
I heard it wasn't that great.
I heard it was okay.
Really? I didn't hear
like, I heard it was like it was a return to form, and then Creed was apparently fucking amazing.
Oh, really?
Also didn't see it, because I didn't realize it was a Rocky movie. I don't know how I missed that.
Creed. Apollo Creed.
I know, I know.
I mean, you get it now, of course.
Well, I didn't see any trailers for it in theaters. Like, if I had seen Stallone, I was like, oh, yeah.
Oh, there it goes. Yeah, he's training Creed. Yeah, we get it
And
now.
also, shame on the idiot who made Fan 4 Stick 4.
Oh.
Michael B. Jordan is fucking amazing, and you made him suck. Shame. Shame. Shame, Super 8 man. It was the Super 8 guy.
Super 8? Super 8 was J.J. Abrams.
The writer.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Again, 80s nostalgia. Spielberg. Spielberg is the 80s.
Yes.
E.T. Indiana Jones.
Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Yes. Jaws.
Jaws.
I don't know why I said it like that.
I think we're good. I think we got this.
All right.
I think we've run out of the stuff.
We've run out of 80s.
I mean, I actually have a lot more, but if I'm just allowed to spill my heart about the 80s,
It's going to take way too long.
Yeah, we're going to have to do like 7 of these.
Yeah. We shouldn't do that.
No. So follow me at Prop Thursday on Twitter.
Follow me at Count Crory on Twitter. We finally got our official Classic City Comedy Twitter going, so if you want to follow that, we're at CC Comedy Laughs, because at CC Comedy was taken by a comedian whose initials were CC.
That's fair.
Yeah, okay. I couldn't be mad at him, but I was like, oh no. And CC Comedy Official doesn't fit.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know the name had character limits, but it does. Thanks, Twitter. We've also finally got some videos up on our YouTube channel.
Yes.
So check out Classic City Comedy on YouTube. We're not in either of them, but I did direct them.
Yes, I had nothing to do with it whatsoever, except that I read the scripts and went, that sounds good.
Yes.
So I'm the producer.
So, I guess we'll see you guys next time.
Take it easy, guys. Thanks for listening.
Ooh, yeah!